actually going to begin our project on the bead loom. The first thing you might want is a pattern. One program I've used before is Bead Tool 4. It's a free program, although if you pay for it you can print out patterns, but there are a lot of creative things you can do with screenshots and that kind of stuff. But it gives you a pattern that helps you follow along. You can also transfer pictures to patterns, although you have to do a little bit of creative editing in order to make it work. You'll want to get a few beading needles. These are pretty flexible. This one is a little more sturdy than some of the others you can get, but a regular needle is probably not going to be able to fit through beads that are size 11 or 15. The other thing you're going to need is some string. I use Beadalon's Wildfire, and there are a variety of reasons that I like this. It's strong. I like to take a good length of string because starting a new string is a major pain. So I'll take several arm lengths worth of string to get started. You want to make sure that there's adequate tension in your loom. Here's where the MacGyver loom really shines. Ta-da! Tensions. String your needle. You're going to take the end, and you're just going to tie a regular overhand knot. Overhand knot. Okay, so regular overhand knot. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to string your first set of beads. I have 65 in my first one, and they're all silver. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to pour out my beads here. Put some beads in my hand. And these are size 11. I'm going to count out 5 at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And put those on my needle, and then I'm going to count 5 more, and then I'll stick those onto the thread. And I'll do the same thing until I get to 65. Yay, we got 65, and that's what we were going for. The first couple rows are going to be the toughest by far, because even though you've bought a spring that is approximately the same size as your beads, it might not be exact. And these first couple rows are going to set the spacing for the rest of your piece. So we have our first string of beads. All right, they're tied on over here. What I'm gonna do is take my needle under all of these strings. So now my row of beads is sitting under these cross strings. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the beads up through the strings. And as you go on, this will get much easier. The first row is rather difficult. But you pop them up through the strings, and then you're going to sew on top of those cross strings. What I'm going to do is take my needle under all of these strings. my row of beads is sitting under these cross strings. I'm going to pop the beads up through the strings. But you pop them up through the strings and then you're going to sew on top of those cross strings.